Going live. Going live. This one is not working. Only YouTube. No recording. Good morning, students. Is there anybody there? Hello. Yes. Good morning. How are you all? Okay. Number. Okay. Come on. Fine. See, welcome back to the preparation one more time. Done. See, today in this session, I'm going to discuss some important things in order to prepare biology, especially biology, and again some bits which they have asked recently. Those things also I will explain how to analyze and how to answer, etc. Look at this. First of all, in recent times, we have seen infrequently some exams that biology is getting easy and easy. This is what I observe. But when it comes to physics and chemistry, they are following a particular mode that 10% level of questions are difficult, 20% is moderate, remaining 70% everybody can able to write. This is the model what they follow. But exactly, if we take in a serious account how biology can be made always easily like this, or in future it may get difficult. One thing you should know, even the question paper setters do not know whether the paper is easy or hard. This you have to know very clearly. It's not that the paper setters intentionally making very hard questions and they wanted to show up that knowledge on the paper, etc., etc. That's not the intention at all. You know one thing, if they ask some number of questions to prepare by one lecturer, like that many lecturers will do that. They do that collection of the questions and then they make the paper by collecting the question. For example, if they ask on one lesson, write few questions to me, and I have given those questions to them. In those questions, what I have given, which question will come exactly, they even don't know. Same person who gave the question, but that question exactly which question will come, they cannot identify easily. That's the reason you cannot expect all the time as the paper will go very fluently as it has happened on the May 3rd as well as on the recent re-NEET. One thing should be very comfortably we have to follow, that is paper whatever it may be, but we need to secure the marks. The marks should provide medical seat for us. It doesn't matter to us how many marks we have got. Only matter is these marks what we are getting would be able to provide medical seat for us or not. This is the criteria what we need to understand. Yes or no? So prepare biology in such a way that whatever the mode that they will give, you should be able to answer the questions. Don't make the biology study would be lenient. what I observe by taking past question papers few years at approximately even 2025 also, the paper is not that much very difficult. Most of the questions are comfortably answered by everyone. Very few questions here and there they wanted to stress out something. Other than that, mostly the questions were moving very fluently. But here, one time, if they wanted to make any question, or if they wanted to give, not intentionally as I said earlier, if some lecturers who have been allotted for making those questions, imagine they wanted to give some questions which are worthwhile. Such kind of lecturers, 3-4 are there in the field, then automatically the number of hard questions appeared in the exam paper automatically increase. So don't dilute your biology preparation just by watching the previous two papers. Why I am saying this? You take the May 3rd paper, or you maybe take the Rainit paper. I didn't feel students are felt very uncomfortable about the papers. Everyone, whomever we talk, they say we did biology very well. Some people mention we have done 360 out of 360. Some mention we have done 350, 350, 355. Like that, many students are started to say. But one thing, as long as they have not given difficult level of questions, it is not problematic for us with respect to biology. One time, if we find at least 10 questions somehow conceptual, somehow understandable, somehow meaning to answer, at the time we should not be lagging behind. In coming year, maybe as we have seen in physics and chemistry some sort of worthwhile questions this year, in coming year the same situation, if it is come to biology, we need to face it. So I wanted to confirm you one thing. From the first day onwards, study biology conceptually. Don't try to by heart it. Don't just by hearting something and going to exam. Anyhow, in the exam I am getting, especially in biology, around 320 I am getting. It's not an issue for me. I am doing well in biology, so I will deal about physics and chemistry well. I am not saying that you should avoid physics and chemistry and you have to concentrate only on biology. That's not my idea. But you have to provide the time the biology requires. While you are studying biology, keep it in mind, 50% of the time you have to give for the theory. Remaining 50% of the time you have to give it for practicing objective bits. Whether you succeed in the objective style or not only depend on number of objective models of questions that you practice. Theory, while you are running gradually, it may flow very easily. But on the same concept you have read for half an hour, if you practice some questions, then you will realize how comfortably I am able to answer those questions. So divide your time. Half of the percentage should be theory, remaining half should be always for practicing bits. More than this criteria, nothing else you needed to succeed in biology. Every angle, what they're trying to show, you should know that angle already before it appeared in the paper. Then only you will feel comfortable with respect to biology. Don't think by watching the previous few papers, biology will never going to trouble us. No. I am not saying biology will definitely troubles you. No, that's not the idea even. It's not the meaning that biology will going to trouble you definitely. No. That's not the thing. If biology trying to trouble the people, you should be in the safe side. That's the idea. If biology hammering someone, if biology is making some people to trouble, at the time you should be in the safe side. So from the beginning, provide sufficient time to biology. One more thing, while allotting MBBS seat, they will never ask you, for example, you need 530 marks to join an MBBS school. There, you got more marks in biology, less marks in physics and chemistry. On the basis of that, they will never stop you down. There is no concept. So, give the importance, the necessary time, the practice level, the mode of preparation as the biology requires. I have seen in recent time, this year only, in ReNEET, a student got 350 in biology, okay, 70 marks in physics, and 110 marks in chemistry. This is the count. That student, as per the norms and considerations and expectations of the cutoff, etc., he is happy to join in MBBS school. Getting the idea? It's not that where you are getting marks. It is that you have got that cutoff mark or not. That is the thing. So, I'm not saying you just focus on biology, you will get MBBS seat. That's not the idea. But never neglect biology. If you neglect biology, definitely you do not get MBBS seat. Understand the difference. If you study biology, there are plenty of chances that you can get MBBS seat. If you avoid biology and started to think, I am lagging in physics and chemistry, so I will practice physics and chemistry first, and in future when I need to study, I will study biology. If you have this idea, definitely you will struggle. Start preparing biology from the beginning onwards. Don't get an idea, I can handle it. As long as you can handle it, you can handle. But one time biology started to handle you, you cannot handle it in future. So don't avoid it. Next, while you are studying, biology must be always read in a conceptual manner. Conceptual manner, which means, imagine we have come across a name. Just I wanted to say one thing, one word. Let us consider this word. Everyone have studied in zoology part. In Klinefelter syndrome, there is a word called gynecomastia. Gynecomastia. Here, while reading Klinefelter syndrome, it produces gynecomastia, some kind of other kind of symptoms, and they are sterile, etc., etc. But here you need to understand the meaning of gynecomastia. One time if you understand it, next time wherever it come across, You can easily handle it. Gyno means female, masculine means male nature, gynecomastia. A male started to show some sort of female characters. Are you getting the statement? Like this, every word, every sentence, if you try to understand, if it suddenly appears on the paper, you will never worry about it. Every time, if you want to by heart every sentence, it is impossible. Even you by heart it, it is volatile, easily disappear from your mind. Always started to study biology in such a way that one time you understand it, next time it will follows it. It will always follows you. Let me take one thing. There is a word somewhere else we have seen, cryopreservation. Cryopreservation. I have seen many students just by reading that try to by heart. Oh, cryopreservation, cryopreservation. Why we do cryopreservation? We started to store the sperm or gametes inside a particular area, liquid nitrogen, like that they started to sow. Okay. What is that word actually denotes? Imagine a story. That word actually denotes cryo means cold. Preservation means storage. Enough. Anything you can store under cold conditions for long duration of time. For that storage, we use liquid nitrogen, which provides minus 190 degrees centigrades around. Like that, every word if you try to analyze and try to find out its meaning and particularly applying it exactly in the source, you can easily remember, you can easily handle it. Yes or no? Other than that, you will read few lines and you will answer some questions, then you will remember it and you will write an exam. Yes, out of 180, in botany I have got around 150, so I am doing well. In zoology, out of 180, I have got 160, I have done very well. So going like this, that does not improve you with respect to biology. One more critical word I want to say. You are qualifying the NEET exam to become an MBBS doctor. What are you going to study in that MBBS? Biology only. Is it okay? If you don't have skill of learning the biology, you are struggling here. In future also you will have the same struggles. So make a strong foundation while you are reading and studying and making the practice of biology. Otherwise, even you become a doctor, even you become an MBBS student, that will be a lifelong struggle. First, focus how much time I need to spend for biology. Clear about it. If you have an idea in this exam, imagine, I have seen many long-term students come with this blind idea. That is, in this exam, I have got 340 marks. Somebody will be there who got that score. 340 marks. But I couldn't score physics and chemistry well. That's why I am behind that cutoff mark. So I have to take long term. That's very good. You are planning for long term just for practicing physics and chemistry, you are doing wrong. While in the mode of practicing physics and chemistry, whatever the biology that you have learned so far gradually disappear. That will make again struggle. At the end of the day, you will get few marks in physics and chemistry and biology would be collapsed. One more problem I have noticed, those students come with this idea called, I wanted to practice physics and chemistry in order to succeed in NEET exam. Initially they started to more focus on physics and chemistry, and in the end of the day they realize I have forgotten my biology. Then they completely focus on biology to recall. In the mode of recalling that biology, they completely discard whatever the knowledge that they have gained in chemistry and physics. Again you have come to the original status. Don't do that. Biology needs some time, some attention. It's like a protectable thing. If you do not protect it, that will be gradually deteriorate. One thing I observe, physics, for example, few concepts you have learnt in physics, even after one year somebody suddenly asked it, you can easily flowly answer that, because those are physical concepts, often do not change. Wherever you go in the world, 3 into 3, one number only. In India, 3 into 3, 9. In America, 3 into 3, 6. In Australia, 3 into 3, 3 only. Such kind of concepts do not exist. But whenever you talk about biology, situation to situation, the contents are going to change. What happens there? Let me explain a simple phenomena. Okay? Somebody says, presence of cell wall creates cells. This is the word. Presence of cell wall develops a cell. Does it universally correct? First of all, does this statement correct? Of course correct. Does this statement universally correct? No. In what are the conditions this statement is correct? You should know. In what are the ways this statement is incorrect? You should know. So, if a question paper come on the biology in one step ahead, you cannot handle that question paper at all. That's why be careful. As long biology going smooth from your hands, it is smooth because it is biology. Smooth, never trouble you. But one time it started to trouble, you cannot handle biology as you can handle easily the physics and chemistry. Remember this word. We can handle chemistry and physics very easily. Very easily we can handle by recalling this, that. But one time, if biology started to stay in front of you and started to laugh at you, you cannot control it. That much subject biology has. There was a lot of trouble students used to face while they are answering biology questions, when the questions were very conceptual. You may know one thing, before beginning of so-called NEET exam, there was an all India wide exam. In that AIPMT, let us take the same story, whatever we write right now in the name of in the name of NEET, the same story was repeating in the name of AIPMT. But there was one exam called AIMS. Right now, we don't have separate exams for AIMS. We have exam that is one exam for AIMS and everything. Is it okay? But on those days, there was an exam for AIMS separately. You know, they used to give 30 questions from biology, botany and zoology combined, 30 questions from physics, 30 questions from chemistry. That's it. 3 hours of time, just 90 questions. Few more questions they give in general aptitude, just 90 questions. Half of the questions, 3 hours. In that 90 question, if you could answer 50 more than or more than 50, you could get AIM seat. That was subject 12 paper. In biology, if you can able to answer more than 20 questions, you are good at, you are extreme. You can able to get an easy MBBS seat. That was the paper. Now, in order to avoid different types of, conflict that is generated in all India wide, various states, various, components associated, they are targeting only on the NCERT book. It doesn't mean that they can't make a difficult oriented questions based on NCERT book. There is a lot of subject in NCERT book. That subject, if you dig, you cannot even answer. Are you getting the idea? Later, while we are going one by one, all those subjects, I will make you to taste that difficult orientation of subject also. But here, in with all these explanation, I wanted to make you to see biology not as a area where you can deal like that. No. You observe it. It is the source of marks. It is the source of MBBS seat. It is the source of getting into the entrance of MBBS college. If you just throw it away one time, if it looks away, you will be not in its sight. That will create a lot of problem. Okay? From the beginning, you just connect with the subject. I mean biology I'm talking about. Wherever you had lagging, focus more. Whatever you want to study, allot more time. Then automatically in the end of the day, you will be very fruitful. Okay, very fruitful. Have that confidence, develop that criteria. One experience I wanted to share with you, I had here in few years back. There was a boy, I don't want to say the name. He came from Anantapur district, a government medical college, government school, government, 10th class government, first year intermediate, second year intermediate also government. Actually, that boy studied in Telugu medium. Telugu medium. Attempted NEET exam. End of the day, he got just 180 marks out of 720. 180 only out of 720. Next, he joined here. As usual, he was 180 student. So there was a section. He was sitting there. And after few months, he came to first section. The section generally where somehow forwarded. Okay. Then I have noticed the boy. By the way he is asking, I understood this boy has some sort of English problem, and also the subject way he applying was also somewhat odd sense. So I have noticed and I asked, from where you come, what is the story? And he said that boy now studying in Guntur Medical College. End of the day, after NEET, he got 630 marks. 630 marks. From 180 to 630. On that year, We have taught for the students who got 710, 715 also we have got some students, same class. But out of all, I used to appreciate this boy. I appreciated this boy. Why? Who knows? Who started when? Do you understand what I say? Who started when? Who knows? There are some students who practiced their that entrance exam from 8th class onwards. Some more even are there 6th class onwards. I'm not blaming anyone. That's not wrong. That's not way to do some kind of mistake. No, no, no. I'm saying there were students who were done early practice. In them, imagine in the first attempt, if you have got 480 marks, and in the second attempt, you have got in the first long term, you have got 680 marks. You are doing well. No doubt, you have done well. Okay? Observe story. This student started at 180 range and reached to 630 range. 630 range that student reached, which means how much work he has done. Behind that work, how much intention he had. That is appreciating. Don't worry about how many marks you have got. Worry what I should do more to reach there. If you are running within the time, you should not complete the running race. That means that's not the problem of time. That's the problem of your running speed. Am I correct? You couldn't complete the running race within the time. That means what? You have some kind of drawback that rectify automatically you can complete the race within the time. So, where is the problem? Analyze. Where you have to rectify the problem, observe, and automatically you can do the work perfectly. Is it okay? Yes or no? So, with all this story, one thing I want to say, final. Then I will go to explaining the last paper. Only botany part I explain. In that, don't neglect biology. Just I have come to long term to learn physics and chemistry. Okay, learn, but don't neglect biology, because in biology you have to score. You ask any efficient one who analyzing these marks and who analyzing the MBBS seats and NEET scores, etc. Any efficient educator will say only one thing. You wanted to join MBBS college, get in biology 330 marks. That's it. If you could score 330 marks in biology, recent papers I am talking about based on the results of recent paper. Any educator you ask, first you have to score 330 marks in biology, then the remaining. Is it okay? But don't think that 330 marks anyhow I will get. No, no, no. You don't get. You will have to achieve it. You don't get it. So, practice in such a way you can have some more better future. Okay? Then come back. I wanted to discuss the botany part of the question paper. Okay? And while discussing also, I will tell you how students do the mistake where they have to some more accurate in such kind of models. Okay? Observe this. Given below are two statements. Statement 1, chromosomes are fully condensed at the end of prophase. Imagine one thing, many students, The good brainy people also done this question wrong. I know many are there. Over there, take this idea. When you take prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, over there, prophase where the condensation will start. When prophase completed, the cell will go to metaphase. That means in the cell, if the cell is in metaphase, the cell will have completely condensed chromosomes. Completely condensed chromosomes are present. In that case, where does chromosomal condensation actually completed? Completion of chromosomal condensation occurs at late prophase, that will begin the metaphase. One more thing, there are no clear-cut demarcations between one phase to another phase. No clear-cut demarcation. The imaginary lines we have drawn in order to understand the process perfectly. So, end of the prophase will correct. Meiosis 1 resembles to mitosis. Meiosis 1 will have reduction of chromosomal number by half, and also there is a phenomena called recombination of chromosomes. So that this statement is wrong. Actually, meiosis 2 resembles to mitosis. So, first statement correct, second statement is false. I have seen many students have done first statement is wrong because they say they have read one statement in NCERT book. Chromosomal condensation complete leads to onset of metaphase. That's correct. Metaphase will begin when the chromosomal condensation completed. Correct. But the story there, where does chromosomes will be completing the condensation? Is it in metaphase? Of course not. In prophase. Which of the following characters are? Okay, it's coordinate. Zoology part might be discussed. Phyllotaxy is the pattern of arrangement of. This question also somebody have done the wrong. Phyllotaxy. Remember, I have seen some students. We discuss with many. So some students are saying, I have done this question wrong. If I ask, why you have done this wrong? Sir, phyllotaxy, I thought it's flower. What? You don't know the meaning of phyllo. Phyllo means leaf. Rhizo means root. Kalo means stem. That's it. If you know, out of this, phyllo means leaf. No need to worry, leaf. Over. Am I correct? That is called understanding. Every time if you are by hearting, phyllotaxy means taxis, arrangement, phyllo, leaf. If you are studying like that, automatically you could be able to understand. Need not to do any kind of such mistake. Understand? Next one. Go to, which of the following statement is correct? Glycogen glucagon, that's zoology part. A plastid that store xanthophylls. A plastid that store xanthophyll is known as. Here also we should be very careful. If you are talking about plastids, we have variety of plastids: chloroplast, chromoplast, amyloplast. What is the work of chloroplast? That is the one which performs photosynthesis by having variety of pigments. Xanthophylls are found in chloroplast as well as chromoplast also. But majorly in the chromoplast, xanthophylls are main pigments. Xanthophylls are main. Now, I have seen some students, sir, chloroplast will also having xanthophylls. That's correct. If they say, which of the following stores xanthophylls also, at the time definitely should be having chloroplast, because in the chloroplast main pigments are chlorophylls, accessory pigments are xanthophylls. Why I am explaining this? This is not that you couldn't see this explanation earlier. You have also seen that. But analyzing how to answer a particular question in a perfect way. Got it? Next one. Plastid store, xanthophylls are obviously, both will come. Chloroplast, chromoplast, both will come. But in that, most appropriate chance to be given to chromoplast. If they didn't give chromoplast, we would be having the chloroplast answer. So appropriately, xanthophylls generally stored in major quantity in chromoplast, which are sometimes different colorful pigments. Chromoplast is the right answer. Next one, fusion of protoplast. This is in fungal kingdom we have seen. Fusion of protoplast or fusion of protoplast of two gametes, that's called plasmogamy. Protoplast. Protoplast. You know protoplast? Plasma membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm. All together is called protoplast. What is protoplasm? Cytoplasm, another name is called protoplasm. Cytoplasm and protoplasm is the same. So if you know protoplasm is nothing but cytoplasm, so you can get this one. Fusion of two nuclei, karyogamy. Karyo means nucleus. Generation of haploid cells, meiosis. Then you will get the answer. Meaning of a particular word you should learn perfectly. While learning biology, this is the trick. While learning the biology, you learn each and every word meaning. Meaning, there is one concept is there English called etymology. Etymology. Not entomology, etymology. Etymology means study of English words. If you ever search a word in Google, first it will give etymology. For example, anthropocentric you wanted to know. Centric around, anthropos means humans. Anthropology, study of humans. How do you get those things? That's called etymology. Divide each word into individual parts and learn their meaning. Next time if the word appears in front of you, you will easily can able to notice. That's why you need to have a clarity regarding to words. Mad cow disease. Next one, gymnosperm. One more question is there here, ma. In gymnosperms, the male and female gametophytes remain within the sporangia. Okay, correct? Because from heterosporous pteridophytes onwards, the male and female spores, microspore male, megaspore female, both were kept in sporangium, so that they have this story. After pteridophytes only we have got gymnosperms. So obviously in gymnosperm, male and female gametes remain within sporangia, correct? Gymnosperms or seeds are not covered. That's why they. Now this one, gymno, this one is blind thing. Even some kind of person who had no knowledge of any biology, they can answer this question, this statement. If you ask them whether it's right or wrong, they don't have any knowledge about gymnosperm. Just they know about the words. Gymno, gym. Gym means naked. Yes, gymnasium. It's a Greek word. In Greek culture, there is a concept is there, that is exposing of naked bodies. If you observe in Greek mythological stories or in Greek statues, etc., most they are naked, because there is an environment or there is a culture where naked bodies developed in special places in Greek culture. That's called gymnasium. From there the word has come gym. Okay, now gymnosperm. Gymno means naked, sperma means seed. Sperma, Sperma has two meanings. One is a seed, another one is male gamete is also sometimes called sperma. Sperm, okay, seed. Over there, naked seeds, that they say gymnosperm seeds are not covered, correct? For that you need not to have extraordinary subjectual knowledge and extraordinary understanding skills and extraordinary biological knowledge. No need. Just if you know their meaning, you can able to answer. Next one. Next question. In water frogs, okay, of course, in water, frog has to respire through skin. If it respire through lungs, water will go to lungs, obvious knowledge. Next, come to mad cow disease is caused by mad cow disease, CJ Jacobson disease, Creutzfeldt-Jacobson disease, scrappy disease, and some other kind of diseases caused by prions. Who are prions? Infectious proteinaceous agents. Infectious protein agents. Now understand this. In biological classification, I think so, there are two things they have given: viroids and prions. Viroids exclusively infect plants, prions infect, okay, prions infect animals. Why prions infect only animals? Relevant story goes like this: prions infect only central nervous system of humans, not humans, animals. In that, they causes deterioration of neurons. In between two neurons, there is a junction called synaptic cleft or synaptic junction. It passes the information from presynaptic neuron to postsynaptic neuron with the help of neurotransmitters. In the synaptic cleft, neurotransmitter will be released. These neurotransmitters are chemical signals from one neuron to another. If it is happening like that, that synaptic cleft or junction has been filled by prions, which are abnormally folded protein. Our neurons stop working, automatically we will get a condition called dementia, memory loss, or abnormally behaving. Eventually this problem will enhances and person started to behave abnormally and die. This condition is called, in animals it is mad cow disease, especially in cattle it is called mad cow disease. With respect to in goats and sheep, it's called scrappy disease. In case of humans, it is called CJ Jacobson disease, Creutzfeldt-Jacobson disease in full form. Altogether, prions are highly dangerous infectious agents. Those people who excessively consume meat, they have this chance of Creutzfeldt-Jacobson disease. One time, if this disease happened, there is no cure for it. Next, invitation is death. Other than that, there is no cure at all for prion diseases. Next one. Which of the following statements regarding the correct of photorespiration? Observe, photorespiration, when does it occur? Whenever there is RUBP associated with oxygen with the help of Rubisco. Then we will get one molecule of PGA, another one is phosphoglycolate. Glycolate is 2 carbon compounds, okay? 2 carbon compounds. So altogether, RUBP generally has to react with carbon dioxide. Here, due to bifunctional activity of Rubisco, RUBP reacted to oxygen, that make one molecule of PGA and one molecule of phosphoglycolate. It's a 2 carbon compound. This is photorespiration. This is a wasteful process. In order to avoid the photorespiration, we have some special kind of plants called C4 plants, and they have developed a mechanism called Cranch anatomy. Over there, let us see. Do not occur in C3 plants. Is it so? It do not occur in C3 plants. They are saying correct. It occurs in C3 plant. It cannot occur in C4 plant. CO2 is consumed and O2 is generated. Never. One thing, blind approach. In the nature, if there is any reaction that releases oxygen, that is only photosynthesis. Other than that, no area we will have the ability to release oxygen. There is no source of oxygen to atmosphere other than water. Water is the only source of oxygen to atmosphere. Photophosphorylate is photoglycolate will be produced. Okay, no synthesis of ATP and NADPH. Of course, this is a big question. They think correct. Next one. Select the correct sequence of experiment that leads to gradual understanding of photosynthesis in green plants. Wow. See here, this question, they taken care very clearly, not any student to do wrong. That's what my understanding about this question. No one should do wrong about this question. Why? We will make this question that much easy. How? Let us see. They are asking, what is your surname? Do you keep the surname first or last? Such kind of statement it is. For example, everybody knows their surname. In that, what is the role? Observe. Release of oxygen production. Who said release of oxygen? Joseph Priestley. Directly he didn't prove that oxygen will be released. Before that, some people were proven already. Okay. Absorption spectrum. No. In that, while you are reading, first there was a person called Joseph Priestley. He is the one first mentioned there is a role of air in photosynthesis of a plant. He said, I have taken the bell jar, kept a burning candle and a respirating animal. Both were died due to suffocation, and later I have kept one mint plant along with them. They started to survive together. That ultimately identified whatever the gases that are damaged by respirating animal, burning candle, that gases are restored by photosynthetic plant. This was called a role of air in photosynthesis. First time. Enough remaining all are okay. How many tons of Kelvin cycle are required for the formation of one molecule of glucose? Wow. For the formation of 3 molecules of glucose. One glucose, how many carbons? 6 carbons. 1 carbon dioxide, how many C3 cycle? 1 C3 cycle. And 6 into, okay, imagine 6 into 3, 18, and 18 C3 cycles required. What is 3 cycles? Use 3 glucose. 1 glucose having 6 carbons. 18 carbon you need to fix. To fix 1 carbon you need 1 C3 cycle. Overall 18. That is also some kind of easy thing. Mitochondrial inner membrane encloses. This is a kind of question that anyone, even some basic knowledge present in 8th class student, that student also can answer this question easily, because the central part of the mitochondria is called as matrix. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Fibrin, this is zoology part. Phenopsida, Lycopsida, Pteridopsida, they are belongs to pteridophytes. Next, here the shapes of bacteria given. Spherical shaped, cocci. Vibrio, comma shape. Okay. Rod shape, bacilli. Spirilla, spiral shape. It's also not a big thing. This is there infrequently, n number of times. Students might have exposed to this question. Which of the following are characteristics of prokaryotes? Which of the following are characteristics to prokaryotes? Ribosomes made up of 50s and 30s. Of course, they have 70s ribosomes, which could be divided according to sedimentation coefficient, larger 50, smaller 30. Done. They can have plastids. Be careful, ma. Plastids are eukaryotic features. Instead of plastids, what the bacteria possess? Bacteria possess chromatophores. Chromatophores are the photosynthetic units in case of the bacteria. Bacteria, whoever perform. Okay. There are very few bacteria perform photosynthesis. Later you will learn. In that, plastids would be never found in any kind of bacteria. Instead of plastid, they will have chromatophores. Plastids. Sorry, this is not plastid. This is plasmid. Plasmid circular, double-stranded DNA. So correct. They contain mesosomes. Of course, mesosomes are infolding of the plasma membrane. Correct. And they have peroxisomes. Peroxisomes are eukaryotic character. Prokaryotes do not have peroxisomes. Peroxisomes found in plant cells. Mostly they are found in animal cells. They are responsible for elimination of peroxide poison. Any reaction, if it form hydrogen peroxide, that hydrogen peroxide will be eliminated with the help of peroxisomes. Next one, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic, actively involved in protein synthesis, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, is the site for the synthesis of carbohydrates. The site of synthesis of carbohydrate is who? Chloroplast or plastid. Has the ribosomes attached on it. That's the reason why they call it as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Is the major site for the synthesis of lipids. You know the lipid hormones and the lipid biosynthesis that happen at smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Steroidal hormones, testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, etc. would be synthesized only on the surface of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Next one. Given two statements. The class name Reptilia, that is zoology part. Frog, the number of pairs. Okay. Cell theory was formulated by, this is also some students have done the wrong. Okay. Singer and Nicholson, plasma membrane structure. Antony van Leeuwenhoek, cell discovery. Sweden and Schwann, cell theory. Robert Brown, nucleus. Okay. Easy thing. Which of the following statement? Pituitary, that's not our part. Which of the following is not a prokaryote? Not a prokaryote. Mycoplasma, prokaryote, cell wall-less prokaryote, other name is called bacteria. If you see this word, when we studying about kingdom Monera, you may come across one title. Bacteria are the sole members of the kingdom Monera. Sole members. Sole members of the kingdom Monera. What do you mean by, not SOUL, not that soul, Atma Paramatma, no. Sole members, only members of the kingdom Monera. What I mean to say, whoever present in the kingdom Monera, you can call them as bacteria. Bacteria are the exclusive components present in the kingdom Monera. That's what they want to say. So bacteria, blue-green algae, all are Monerian. This is the fungal body, Monerian. Only one kingdom, according to 5 kingdom classification, they have, okay, bacterial bodies are prokaryotes. That's called kingdom Monera. Then let us see, length of the stem, time 0, T0 equal to 20, and arithmetic growth rate is R value is 20, growth per day is 30. What is the length of the stem at the end of 7th day? How many days? How many units they have given? 7 days. 7 into 3, 21, plus already existing height is there, 20. So totally 230. This one also some people might be done wrong. See, the spontaneous flow of answering you will get only when you have thorough with subject. You need to learn the subject. You need to practice numerous questions based on the subject. All students may not have a particular style of answering the questions just by study. Very few out of 10,000 students, one or two may be there who are exceptional. Just by reading that, they can answer all objective questions by thinking by themselves. They are the God bestowed people. Forget about them. We are normal. We have to learn it. A normal person would develop only by learning. So we have to learn all these things in the class. In regular time, we have to study about their information, how to answer such kind of thing, what they are asking, arithmetic growth, exponential growth, what they are asking. That you will get only while you are practicing subject thoroughly. Got it? Next one. Which of the following is not a part of human central nervous system? Okay. The growth of which of the following plant growth regulator promotes internodal elongation prior to flowering? This is called, you know what phenomena it is called? Bolting. Bolting. Generally, there are some plants called rosette plants. Overall, their appearance is a rose flower-like structure would be present in their body. All leaves come close to one another and body of the plant appear like a rose flower called rosette plants. These plants generally biennials. Biennial means they can survive for 2 years. In first year, cabbage, cauliflower, what the plant I am talking about. First year, during the vegetative growth, they absorb sunlight, perform photosynthesis and store food. Next year, when the time comes, suitable environmental conditions come, whatever the energy they store, they use it and suddenly they elongate their stem. Within few days, they can grow up to few meters height. That growth was possible by consumption of this energy. That growth happened for the flowering phenomena. Because in between the two nodes, the gap will be very less in this plant. In order to enhance the gap between the two nodes, there will be elongation of internodes. That process is called bolting. For bolting, one phytohormone will be working, that's called gibberellic acid. To understand that, if you have a little bit thorough going through with NCERT book, enough. If they are talking about variety of conceptual thing related to gibberellic acid, we may have the problem. But in order to answer such kind of thing, it's not a issue just by reading NCERT book. Marginal placentation, this is also a fundamental thing. Regarding to morphology, see, many students, once they take NTA syllabus sheet, they started to ask one thing. Sir, should we need families? Should we go through with families? It is there in NTA syllabus, but so far we couldn't notice any question that has come away from the content of NCERT book, especially from morphology. Morphology is boundaryless. If you dig in one object, a leaf, you will get variety of things. How long you can go, that would be depend on NCERT content. So don't go to that much families, all of them to by heart, and should I need to have some more information or not? If this question has come from out of NCERT, what should I do? If this is coming from family, what should I do? That thing is unnecessary. You just believe. They will give the question only from NCERT context. There is no chance to give a question away from NCERT context. Is it okay? Marginal placentation. Pea plant, marginal. You know, they have pod or legume. Axial placentation, tomato, parietal placentation. Argumon, free central placentation is primrose. That's about it. This is the basic memory based context. Next one. Which of the following plant growth regulator is used in herbicides? Herbicide. What does it mean by herbicide? This is also the basic knowledge out of plant growth regulators. If you are going through NCERT book perfectly, need not to worry about it. It's there in directly NCERT book. What they say, there is a 2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, its name. This one excessively accumulate in dicotyledonous leaves. It would be helping for elimination of or killing of dicotyledonous leaves, dicotyledonous plants on a monocotyledonous crop. This was extensively used once upon a time. That information is there in NCERT book. If you have cultivated monocot crop and you want to eliminate dicotyledonous weeds, for that you can apply 2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. Next one. Another question. When any plane passing through central axis of the body divides, this is zoology question, I think so. Starch, energy storage, antibody, fight this biomolecule question. Concanavalin A, lectins, GLUT4, that is glucose transporter. This is the fundamental easiest match the following. Generally, in match the following, once upon a time, the story was this. First matching was difficult. Matching all of them one with another was very difficult. After matching, they will even confuse the content in options. But now that problem is not at all there. Only one thing. You match that first one, only you have two options. Second one, two options. Third one, what is third? Concanavalin A, lectin. That's it. Put it. Like that, easily going. But they wanted to make complication in match the following just by having some options also, they can able to make it difficult. So be thorough it. Number of vertebrae, that's not our thing. Which pigment has absorption peak? That is 700 nanometer. Whether it is 680, that is photosystem 2. 700, that is photosystem 1. Arrange the following categories in ascending order, increasing order. Something they have missed out here. Okay. Over there, F is ascending order, kingdom, and you can make it genus. That is after that. You have keep, plates, clean, or family, get, sick. That's it. Species should be there. There is a G, name is species. Keep plates clean, or family get sick. This is a fundamental mnemonic we provided. If you remember that mnemonic, you can answer this one clearly. Family, same model living world question. Family, this is about the family of mango. That means mango classification they have given. Family, Anacardiaceae, Acaea, genus Mangifera, phylum. Okay, phylum will not be there. They have division, angiospermae, and order Sapindales. That's it. Phylum, the word they have given in mistake. Okay, phylum is not for plants. Phylum is for animals. Arrange the elements, ascending order of their contribution per percentage to humans. I have seen many students got the mistake on this question. Many. Easy fundamental thing. In any organic molecule you choose, what is the most abundant element in organic molecules? What is the most abundant element? Obviously, oxygen, not carbon. Many students confuse. Carbon is the most abundant element. No. You take carbon dioxide, one carbon, two oxygens will be there. Like this, carbon is the basic element for the formation of organic molecule because it has a property called catenation property. One carbon will be associated with another carbon, then there is a formation of a long chain of carbon. But to one carbon, more than one oxygen can able to bind. Are you getting the statement? That's the reason why whenever you talk about oxygen is the most abundant element in the biological world, that would be the correct. Next abundant element is carbon. First abundant element is oxygen. One carbon may attach to more than one oxygen. That's why oxygen is most abundant when compared to carbon. So over there, if you have that much data in the mind, in the class while they were explaining this thing, if you just going through that oxygen is the most abundant element than carbon, easily you can find the answer. See that out of all options, only one option is there. You need not to remember. This is basic fundamental thing. I have seen many students are doing the mistake on this question. You can check it through yourself. In the class, while we are using the term, okay, oxygen is the most abundant. That list of elements you need not to remember always by hearting. Somewhere you just had in your mind more than oxygen, more than carbon, oxygen is the most abundant. If you have that idea, this is your answer. Next. Okay, cristae, cisternae, thylakoids are found in chloroplast. Cisternae, do you remember? Cisternae is the stockpiles of Golgi complex. Cristae, infolding of the membrane, and then thylakoids, sac-like structures present in the chloroplast. Phospholipids, flat sac, infolding cell membranes are found in phospholipids. Phospholipids are found in cell membrane. To answer this question also, you need not to know all the things match the following. How? Simple. You take them and first one, cristae, that is infoldings of mitochondria. Cisternae, that you know, disc shaped structures. Then over, two options only are there. C, one, what is that? Thylakoid, chloroplast, chloroplast. Observe, thylakoid, chloroplast, and first one matches only one option. Easy. Number of action potential that they will discuss. Symbiotic association between fungi and algae. This is also repeatedly. Lichens. How many molecules of pyruvic acid produced at the end of glycolysis are in from one glucose? This is a big calculation. Wow, we need a big calculator for the calculation of this question. Glucose produces 2 pyruvates, 202 glucose into 2. That's it. You need not to have genus represents a group of closely related species, a group of closely related this is also easy. If you directly coming to, okay, directly coming to the class and listening the class, you did not work anything. You just listen the class continuously. You can able to answer this question. The correct sequence of adult are some kind of immature. Remember, adult means here a matured cell. A matured cell only can able to participate in cell division. Immature cell cannot participate in the cell division. That's why adult cell cycle G1, yes, of course, this is also a fundamental thing everyone knows. Endomembrane system include endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, and also lysosomes. lysosomes, and also vacuoles. Easy thing. Photorespiration. Earlier I have shown you two questions they have asked same photorespiration. Both the questions are same angles. Photorespiration reaction catalyzed by Rubisco is shown below. Okay, phosphoglycerate. Another one is phosphoglycolate, two carbon compound. One question. I mean, if you did study about photorespiration one time, you will get two questions, two advantages. Then which of the following are characteristic Solanaceae members? This is now again I am telling, whenever you talk about families, don't worry about families that are given in NTA syllabus. Huge number of families they are giving, and every student is confusing. Should we study all those families, etc., etc.? No need. Only you practice the families that are given in a particular NCERT book, especially new NCERT book. Old NCERT book, there were three families. New NCERT book, Brassicaceae and also Solanaceae, only two are present. Flowers are bisexual and actinomorphic, correct. Calyx may 5 sepals and are united, that's also correct. Androecium have 5 stamens and are epipetalous. Androecium have 5 stamens that are epipetalous. Ovary is inferior. Only one family has inferior ovary over there, that's Astraceae family. Remaining, wherever you come across, if you have listened those classes, in the classes while they are saying the family will be having only one family which has inferior ovary, that's Astraceae. This is not Astraceae, so that you can able to put the answer easily correct. Next. Okay. Which of the following plant produces non-albuminous seeds? Is it a big question? Pea seeds. Because monocots will have albuminous seed, dicots will have non-albuminous seeds. Albuminous means endospermic. Next one. Gene is, which of the following statement about lac-operon correct? What is the statement about lac-operon correct? Gene I, YA, single common promoter, right? Wrong there. Because I gene separate promoter will be there. Galactose can act as an inducer of lac-operon. Of course, wrong. Galactose will never act as. Who is the inducer? Lactose. Gene I is constitutively expressed. That is correct. Lactose activate receptors. Lactose does not activate receptor. Lactose is going to make the receptor repressor to inactive. Which of the following is used as an effective sedative? Okay. Cerebral, muscle contraction, 4 limbs of humans. These are fundamental things. Turner syndrome. Over there, descending limb, Henle's loop. A diploid chromosome number in a typical angiosperm is 36. What would be the chromosome number in its endosperm? 36 by 2. Okay, into some number you will get into 3, because endosperm is triploid, 3n. So 72. That's it. This kind of questions, numerous we have practiced. I can see here. Somebody says, sir, see, these are all our rumors going on in the market. Okay. Once they get the proper clarity about it. See, every year some kind of proposals initiated, but they are not work out. End of the day, if they give it, this we are going to do, then only we will have an idea. Careful, somebody is asking about adding the board marks or something like that. Be careful. If any official announcement has come, immediately people will react about it. No need to worry. Just in the market, there are some rumors are running. How far this will be correct, that should be analyzed first. If any kind of official data has come, somebody saying there will be a weightage of board marks from the next year onwards. So if you are talking about suddenly that statement, how far people will react, that will be dangerous. Am I correct? So that's not possible this year. Imagine if I say, now this year onwards, board marks are going to be considered in order to give MBBS seat allotment. Some students will go to court and they will say, this year I did not concentrate about board marks. I was purely concentrating about NEET exam. So suddenly if you say board marks are valuable, last year I have written NEET, now I am preparing for second NEET, then how do I realize? So these things, there are practical difficulties are there. Those practical difficulties, if they wanted to give it, they will have some prior announcement. So based on that, you have to understand what I try to say. Okay. Descending order. Okay, you know that. This is also same. Tricapsid. Which of the following is mRNA? RNA polymerase 2. That's not a big story. Given below statements labeled as a recombinant DNA technology, lysosomes used for disturbing bacterial cell. That's correct. Isolation of gene material needs disruption of the cells. Of course, both are correct explanation, because without breaking the cell wall of bacteria, how could you isolate the DNA? Progesterone, colostrum contain IgA, and plasmids are the autonomously replicating DNA bodies. Correct. Plasmids are extra chromosomal. Both are correct. Okay. During PCR, primers used during the PCR, we make the primers to allot or attach to the DNA only during at the time of, okay, only during at the time of annealing. That's clear. Ori site, transfer of DNA from one bacterial cloning site, that's called as restriction enzyme cutting site. Selection is a kind of process where, okay, antibiotic resistant genes we use. Ori site, origin of replication. Covering of ovum, okay, that's zoology part. Energy flow, how many theca will be present in the lobe of a typical dithecous anther? That would be 8 theca. Bilobe, how many theca will be present? If it is a bilobed anther, one lobe has 2 theca, totally will be 4. How many theca are present in each lobe of a typical, each lobe? That will be 2. Answer. Change. I mean, they have, answer is 2. Which of the following statement correct about plasmodium? You know that, zoology part. For a person with blood group O, which of the following is not possible combination? O blood group, one person, mother or father, they must be one condition this, or they must be having heterozygous both. This is possible. This is also possible, heterozygous both. Only this condition, one is heterozygous, both are dominant, not possible. Streptokinase, which of the following is clot buster? Streptokinase, which of the following disease is sexually transmitted? Or sexually not transmitted? An experiment model, observe this one, many students they have done. In an experiment, Mendel observed that F1 progeny resemble plants are tall and none of them were dwarf. Stem height is contrasting trait with the tall being dominant. Why did all of them are tall? Because why all the progeny are tall? Because tall is the dominant feature. Since the dominance has been given in the reason, we can put both are correct and correct explain. The method of directly injecting a sperm into the ovum, okay. Alkaline ingestion of beta toxin alkaline pH, that's also easy thing. Logistic growth, resource, okay, population, that one. Bone marrow, tonsils, synergy. Which are the following female gamete synergids are the one who are making attracting? Angiosperm guiding the pollen tube. Ovulation is okay. Modern Homo sapiens, herbivores. Which of the following is not evidence for the evolution? Sponges exchange O2 with CO2 by simple diffusion. Excess growth hormone, okay. This is about the paper. See, why do we need to discuss this paper right now? One thing is assessment, how we have answered and how we need to exactly answer. That's the way to, that's the reason to discuss. Remember, you may know answer, but some sort of difficulty you might be find to represent it. That required practice. For that practice, we are standing here. Okay, we will meet in the next class. Bye.